June 4th, 1974, the Cleveland Indians had a 10-cent beer night where they were trying to fill the stadium to drudge up fans, you know what I mean? I don't know if they were having a hard time at that time with getting people in the seats or what have you. I'm sure there's been ups and downs, ebbs and flows, just like everything has. So, ultimately and naturally, all these drunk people just started fighting, and it ended up in a big, huge brawl, and it was a horrible, horrible idea. Well, they use that in the movie Uncle Nick as an allegory to this family descending into chaos on a night of what can only be described as debauchery. Now, December is winding down, and Christmas has actually passed us, but it's hard to do just as many videos as movies as you're watching between working and all this stuff. So, I don't know when I watched this movie, probably a week ago or something like that. If you know anything about Brian Posehn, if you like his stand-up, you'll probably like this movie enough to watch it. If you know Brian Posehn and you don't like his stand-up, I wouldn't bother watching this movie. It's labeled in a way as a Christmas movie. It is set at Christmas, but this is the first movie I've ever watched set at Christmas that is not a Christmas movie, and I would not suggest watching it during Christmas time, maybe just winter time. Because it does start cold. It looks cold. The glimpse into the life of this pathetic man is cold. You do not want to end up living like this guy. And, you don't ever call Puerto Rican a Mexican or a Mexican a Puerto Rican. They're pretty easy to tell apart, so, just do the slightest bit of research, and that was just a weird thing, man. The muted Christmas colors scheme really works well. It is like a good looking film. Whoever shot it, I don't know what kind of camera they shot it on or what have you, but it's an attractive movie. Luckily, because Brian Posehn is not attractive. In this film, he took all the creepiest parts of his stand-up and the creepiest way that he looks and the creepy way that he stands and stuff, and then you put all that together to make the ultimate creepy-ish character. That's what they did in this movie. Now, it's impossible to even get into the plot of this movie without spoiling it. So, like I said, if you're willing to watch a Brian Posehn movie, like if I was you and you were thinking about watching this movie, before I watched it, I might watch a Brian Posehn stand-up special just to be like, just give it a look. Because if you were like, what the fuck, then you ain't gonna want to watch this movie. Because 20 minutes after it starts, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on here? Which, honestly, I do like Posehn, and I enjoy his stand-up. He's very weird. But through most of this movie, I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude? Why am I watching this? And honestly, it was worth the sit through because I am a strange person. It was mostly worth the sit through for Missy Pyle, who I totally love her. And once she got into the movie, it started becoming less creepy, more funny. She was very funny in this movie, and her energy was bouncing off the other characters. Most of which, aside from like her and her husband in a way, were just unlikable. Like the characters were just unlikable. But then the whole situation's unfolding, and you're like, wow, this is just everything that was going on. Just knowing that things like that actually happen in real life was gross, and I just it was a gross movie. Now, eventually, it gets a little bit creepier, then it gets pathetic, and then it goes swirls right back past creepy, and then it goes into like disgusting to past that to just the land of outrageous, and you're over it. You're like, holy shit, hey, you guys throw everything at the wall and let it all fucking crawl down like spaghetti. That is about perfect. You should get it out of the pot right now. The best part of the movie was the baseball allegory that I opened with. Just it kept alluding to this game and showing snippets of things happening in it, and that part was interesting. I was wondering how it all tied in, I think that might have been actually what kept me watching the movie. No, I think it's the fact that I'm trying to review these things, so I'm watching them. I don't care how terrible I feel it is. I'm just gonna watch it. And if you guys gave me a recommendation of something to watch, I would watch it no matter what it is. I'll get it done. Please don't make it terrible. So, this movie did surprise me because right at the very end of it, they just tied it in cleverly. And I was like, oh, you know what? Got me, I guess, because I like a clever ending. And there's just nothing else to be said about it. If you throw one in there for me, I'm probably going to enjoy it. I'm probably going to laugh and chuckle a little bit because you got me. And through the first 95%, 98% of this movie, I was like, what the fuck, man? Not enough to not say that people should watch it if they're willing to watch something that's very strange and very off-putting, because it is. It's just a weird-ass movie that seems to have been written by someone who is probably a psychopath. Now, I don't know who wrote this movie, but you probably need help. Do I need help for watching it all the way through? No. I'm trying to be a movie reviewer. Nah, I would have watched this thing anyway and been like, what the fuck? But then I probably would have tried to tell somebody about it, and they would have been like, why are you fucking telling me this? That's really why I'm doing this movie review. Because I want to watch weird-ass movies and then talk about them to somebody. And even if no one ever watches this, who gives a shit, honestly? It's better than doing nothing at all after I clean the house on this Sunday morning. It is a beautiful Sunday, although it is only 9 degrees outside. It says with the wind chill, it feels like 2 degrees or something. Which I would say, if the wind is continuously blowing all day and with the wind chill it's 2 degrees, then I just say it's 2 degrees outside. But that's an argument to be had with a weatherman. I am not a weatherman.